Hey, today we're going to be talking about the caliber categories of AI. Before that, we must remember that AI is a really broad topic. It scales from calculators to self-driving cars to something even bigger. Under AI, we have machine learning, deep learning, robotics, reinforcement learning, speech recognition, natural language processing, computer vision, and so much more. However, on the basis of its caliber, we can divide them into a few critical categories that are ANI, AGI, and ASI. They stand for Artificial Narrow Intelligence, Artificial General Intelligence, and Artificial Superintelligence respectively. You probably have a basic idea of what they mean just by their names, but let's go into them in a little more detail. ANI is sometimes referred to as weak AI, whereas AGI is referred to as strong AI. As for superintelligence, that's a whole new concept, and we'll be focusing on ANI and AGI in this video. Now let's talk about ANI, that is Artificial Narrow Intelligence. As of now, we humans have conquered the lowest caliber, that is ANI, in many ways. It's all around us, even if we don't realize it. ANI is machine learning that equals or exceeds human intelligence at a specific thing. Emphasis on a specific thing. Let's take a look at this graph. If the pink dots represent human intelligence, then the gray dots may represent the machine's intelligence. But again, it only specializes in one area. It could be better than the greatest artist in the world, but if you handed it a kindergarten book and ask it what it understood from the story, it'll go blank. Here are some examples of ANI. Google Translate, that is impressively as good as its name suggests, translation. The Maps app on your phone, and while we're talking about phones, it could be fun to mention that your phone is actually a mini ANI factory. And Cortana and Siri are also ANI. Next we have AGI, that is Artificial General Intelligence. It's also called the human level AI because it's on par with human abilities across the board. That means it's as smart as a human across the board. That means it could be better than the greatest artist in the world, and if you handed it a kindergarten book, it'd be able to read it and tell you what it understood, and it would also be able to do calculus. But the hardest part wouldn't be the calculations and formulas. It would be to get the AI to do the quote simple things. What are the simple things, you ask? Their vision, motion, movement, perception, and other things like that. Although these may seem really easy to you, we must remember that it took us thousands of years of evolution to get where we are. However, calculus did not require us to acquire it over evolution. That means calculus was actually the easy part. Then how do we go from ANI to AGI? Firstly, we need to increase its computational power. This chart over here shows the intelligence of the brains of a certain species along with the intelligence of a computer worth $1,000 across a period of a few years. As you can see, $1,000 worth of computers now are beating the mouse brain. That's about 1,000th of our brain level. But it may not seem like much, however, we must remember that in 1985, we were about 1/1000th of the human brain level. That's some serious progress, it's impressive. But that's not it. We're also going to need to make the AI smart. But here's the thing, we still don't exactly know how to do it yet. However, here are some strategies we could use. One would be to plagiarize the brain, redo evolution, or simply just get the computer to do it. Let's take a look at these in a little more depth. Plagiarizing the brain basically means to copy the human brain, kind of like copying off of someone else's answers during a test. So far, we've been able to emulate the brain of a 1 millimeter long flatworm. The next method would be to try and make evolution do what it did, but this time, make it work for us. This isn't like copying off of someone else's answers, it's more like copying the way they studied for the test instead. Evolution is proof that building something as powerful as our human brain is possible and can be done again. But the thing is, it could take a really long time because evolution likes to spend millions of years doing things that we want to do in anything less than that. So we may not want to go with that. However, this is the most promising approach we have, getting the computer to do it. That could be the best approach we have because this means that we'd be able to make the AI do its own research on AI and be able to code itself. That means it can change itself and hence make itself smarter. That's probably why this is the best option we have so far. And the coolest part is that this could all happen very soon. At the rate at which advancements are happening, AGI could creep on us very quickly and unexpectedly. Thank you.